Hello, welcome back to the ministry. And today I actually got a song for y'all. Oh my God. God's been giving me this song and I don't think I talked about it yet. But I'm feeling like I need to talk about it in depth. We are in a season right now where God's preparing to release these relationships into our lives. And because God's preparing to release these relationships into our lives, we need to mentally and emotionally be ready for them. And the Lord showed me this song a while ago. I've been listening to it in my own personal time with the Lord, but it came back up a couple weeks ago, and a lot of us are here, and I'm going to tell you why we're here. Some of us are disgruntled right now. Let's just be honest. Some of y'all are disgruntled. We are in a season where God is preparing to release the blessings of these relationships to us. And there's a lot of words happening. Be expectant, be prepared, be this, be that. It's coming. The answer to your prayer is coming. These relationships are coming. You've been seeing the word saying, and it's not coincidental if you've seen it about 15 times already. They're saying your Latter-day spouse is coming. He's coming. He's on his route. He's on his way. He's en route to you. Hello. Can I get an amen? All right. And because of that, I believe the Lord sent me this song because of the sense that a lot of us have been ignoring it. It's not that we're not doing the things we're supposed to do in order to prepare for it. It's the fact that we're doing it, but our hearts aren't in it. So that's why he gave me Listen to Your Heart. Now, we've all heard the saying, the heart is despitefully wicked at times. The emotions that control the heart can have us moving, swaying, operating in the wrong heart posture. But think about God. God has your heart. Your husband is the physical manifestation of the way that God loves you. And when you're not listening, Deani Neves recently did a word and it made a whole lot of sense, where she talked about our God-ordained spouses. We have a spiritual communication with them. And because we have a spiritual communication with them, they feel our hearts towards them. And they also feel that too when we are rejecting, feeling the feelings that we feel towards them. They feel that too, which makes it hard for them to know, well, should I approach this person? They're not feeling like that. I'm not feeling that they're feeling it. And sometimes we be feeling it like, I'm so frustrated about feeling this, I don't even want to feel this no more. That's why he's giving me this song. So let's start going through it. Take a chance. A lot of us have spent years, some of us it's been months, or some of us have been in different wavelengths where we took chances in previous relationships. I only had one relationship with somebody that was an intimate romantic one. I took chances with that person a couple of times, but each time ended badly, which makes your heart feel like, I don't want to take no chances on nothing else. God, if this is why we are here, is it not? We're standing for these marriages because of the fact that, hey, this one better be right. That's the reason why I handed it to you, God. So we ain't out here trying to take no chances about nothing. And God's like, I need you to take a chance on this. Here's your song. You go forth before the Lord and you worship and you praise. You say your hallelujahs. You do all of this. And God's like, no, it's time for you to have this. You to sing, you to have your song, you to have that moment, you to have that joy. It's time. It's time to dance. We are in a season of which I've been seeing it and hearing it everywhere. Celebration, 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 celebration. It's time to celebrate. And a lot of us have not been doing that. A lot of us have been disgruntled about that because we're like, I ain't celebrating until I see something worth celebrating. And God's like, no, it's coming. I need you to get your heart in the right posture to celebrate. What you're going to do when it comes for you. What are y'all going to do? Hello. What are y'all going to do when these relationships come? A lot of y'all been getting confirmations that these men are coming. What are you going to do? It's funny. Who was it? Shantia last night. She did a video and she was talking about, was it her? No. It's Finding I Am. Finding I Am did the video. She was talking about how she was having problems with her phone one morning, and in it, somebody was leaving her a voice message saying, I'm 40 minutes out from you. I'm on my way. I'll be there shortly. And it automatically started playing on her cell phone. And a lot of us are there. What are you gonna do when it comes? Listen to your heart. A lot of us have been avoiding letting our hearts fully feel what we know we feel for these people because it's all consuming. Stephanie P did a word within the last month where she talked about it's unbearable. The love that we have for these kingdom spouses is unbearable to us. So to even listen to our heart, it makes us feel like I can't sit in this feeling. Because if I sit there, I'm going to be emotionally messed up and I can't do nothing else. So I can't focus in that area right now. I can only focus in that area when I have time to focus on that area. It ain't here yet, so I ain't going to focus on it. But we got to listen to our heart. Let's see, what's the next word? Oh, you going to listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Oh, why don't you listen to your heart? Because some of us are stubborn, some of us are rebellious, and some of us have been hurt so much before that we can't afford to let our hearts be open to anything until it's visibly here. But God's saying, I need you to be open to it before it gets there, so that you'll be open to it when it gets there. He says, here's your sky. Don't look down. We can fly. God is saying, I am elevating you to the place in which I want to. And I know you've been down there for a while, but don't allow it. And I'm just hearing what Megan said in her word a while ago, where she was talking about, I can't allow the people below me to pull me down. Don't allow the people, because when this happens, people are going to see your relationship, whoever it is that you're connecting to for your marriage. There's some people that they ain't gonna want to see you happy. They just not. And because they're not gonna want to see you happy, they're gonna be operating in a different kind of spirit. And they're gonna want to pull you down. Fly. Fly with God. And go at the energy with your spouse. Because your relationship is going to take you to higher heights. You said you're a little bit scared. How many of us have been standing in a place that we're slightly scared, if we are honest? The reason that we feel like we can't allow these emotions in from our hearts is because we're a little bit scared. Hmm. Hmm. Just hold on. We're almost there. A lot of us have been holding on for this promise for the longest period of time. God has said it. He's been repeating it, repeating it, repeating it, repeating it, repeating it, repeating it, repeating it. And we've been sitting there like, I know you done said that, but when am I gonna see it? Until I see it, I ain't got time to be focusing on it. So, Jesus be offense, but I can't keep my eyes over there. I want to hold on to it. I'm hearing James Fortune, hold on. Hold on. It's coming. God's saying He's coming. God's saying the relationship is coming. God's saying, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it suddenly. God does not need that much time. God, you want me to say it now? Because I wasn't going to do it. I was going to do that as a short. I'm going to do it as a short too. A lot of us have been standing for months and or years. In the Bible, it states that a day is like 1,000 years. A day to God is like 1,000 years. I'm going to use this as an example. Let's say you've been standing for kingdom marriage for 7 years. So if we're looking at God's time frame, which is like 1,000 years, and we calculate the amount of days in 1,000 years and divide it down to the amount of years in which each one of you have been waiting, I test you to do that. Go do it. Find out how long you've really been waiting in God's time. I did it. I said 7 years. You know how much time that is in God's day? 24 minutes. 24 minutes? That ain't no time. Oh, really? So y'all has been sitting here. It's been 3 months, God. You probably only been waiting for a couple of minutes. Matter of fact, that's seconds if it was a couple of months. And y'all been like, it's been 3 years, God. You probably only been waiting like 7, 8 minutes in God's time. And God looking at you like, it's only been 7 minutes. What are you talking about? Think about that. I wanted to share that. You're almost there. What you gonna do when it comes for you? What are you gonna do when it finally arrives? Y'all be complaining because y'all be like, oh, I want it. It ain't here yet. Why hasn't it got here? God, I'm disgruntled. This kingdom marriage. Why? It's like, but what you gonna do when it gets there? Are you ready? Have you done the things? Have you prepared? Or have you been operating in rebellion, doing your own thing, and God saying, I'm waiting for you. Go back and look at my word where who's waiting on who. Mm? Oh, okay. Listen to your heart. I don't need to go over the verse again. You will never know until you try. Some of you have to be willing to step out into these relationships. They're going to be unknown territory, and they're going to feel out of place and out of order. But you're going to need to breathe through that experience. You are. Breathe through it. You're going to be okay. You'll walk through it. You'll get through it. Why are you scared? Ask yourself, why are you so scared? What's the thing that's causing you to be scared in the first place? Is it a spirit of fear, a spirit of intimidation? I thank the Lord. I just watched Megan Michelle's video from last night, and she was talking about if you have any type of spiritual thing going on with you or prophetic, she has an issue where she has things going on around her head. And she said that that's a spirit of intimidation. I did not realize that because I have stuff going on with my sinuses all the time. And I'm like, what is that? It's intimidation. You're dealing with a spirit of intimidation. And it's funny because yesterday I was talking about intimidation. I was realizing, coming to the conclusion that there's a spirit of intimidation. The Jezebelic spirit. And for like the past 2 weeks, I've been seeing the snake everywhere. I'm like, oh, okay. Intimidation. Don't be scared of this. The heart does not lie. Turn off the world. Close your eyes. Let me sit here for a minute. The heart does not lie. A lot of y'all, the one that is your God ordained spouse, and you know it, when he showed you this person, your heart felt at home. Every time you see this person in the spirit, your heart has felt at home. Your heart don't lie. Next, turn off the world. Some of y'all gonna have to get off these social media streets. I know it's hard. Especially if you got ministries, you got businesses, you got things that you're trying to work on, you're trying to build in this season. And God's like, I'm going to need you to put that down for a season. And God already done told me, I'm going to be putting it down for a season. Let me reiterate. If you don't see me on video, look in the community posts because I am posting written words right now. If I get an idea for something, I write it over there. If I don't get to it, I have it in a written post. That way you can get the revelation, and then when I'm able to record it, I'll record it. Or I'll post it in the community for the ministry that is located in the About section. But I'll probably be one of those two places if the Lord allows me, or if I'm allowed to do my blogs. But if I'm not allowed to come live, you gotta be, we grown mature people. We read, don't we? We read. Read. I love you. Read. Close your eyes. A lot of us have been seeing these things in the spirit realm, meaning we only saw a lot of this stuff in the spirit when our eyes were closed, whether we were sleeping or having visions upon coming awake. Some of us have had waking visions, I'm not going to lie, but a lot of it is in that place where our eyes have been closed. Lose yourself and listen with your heart. A lot of us are afraid to relinquish the level of control that we have to fall completely into the love of these relationships because we don't want to get hurt. But it's reflective of our love for God. Some of us do not trust God to that fullest extent that we are willing to fully surrender everything to Him. Now, that's something you need to sit in your place with the Lord and talk to Him about. Then goes the verse again. Hey, you know what to do when it comes for you. God has been preparing us for these marriages. God has done everything He needed to do to prepare us for these marriages. God had been preparing y'all for the longest period of time, those that He's been preparing. And y'all know if y'all been prepared. If you haven't been prepared, this word ain't for you. But if He's been preparing you, you know. And because you know, when it comes for you, you will be ready. I've been hearing words recently, and maybe it's just me, but they've been saying, "You ready? You're ready. You're already ready." A lot of us feel inadequate for these relationships, or that we haven't done enough to be ready for them. But God's saying, "No, you're already ready. You know what to do when it comes." You have to listen. Y'all gonna have to listen to these men. One, because they have to lead you in and direct you towards what it is that you're supposed to be walking in together. They got eyes to see. They were sent before you in order to get these things done, and they got ears to hear. They know how to operate in certain rooms and realms that you ain't figured out yet. Listen to these people. Two, you need to listen to them emotionally, because they're going to be opening their hearts up to you to express, God's been saying this about you. God's been saying that about you. God's been saying the other thing about you. God's been. And you need to be able to hear them. And you have to actively be listening, slow to speak, and listen to what they're saying, so that you know how to. We are women, we're solutionists. Some of y'all are in the same boat as me. You know how to teach, you know how to fix problems, you analytical about it, you going to structurally break it down and put it back together, dissect it, and dictate the answer. And I was listening to, I told y'all to read this before, the 5 love languages. I listened to the 5 love languages. It's perfect for married couples, because that's what the guy was going through, what married couples go through. And in it, he was talking about how the husband was listening to his wife and always kept trying to give her the solution to her problem, but she never did what he asked her to do, and he didn't understand it. And the guy said, it's not because she wanted you to give her the answer. It was because she wanted your emotional connection to what it was she was going through, and know that you were hearing her. Listen with your ears. Listen. You gotta listen to it. Listen to what they say. Listen to what they need for you to hear. I'll get that you hear it. They'll understand and know if you've heard them. You gotta listen. You gotta hear them. Listen. And that's the end of the song. So I hope this blessed you. Until next time, much love, faith, peace, and blessings to you.